Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our Eternal Darkness playthrough, guys. Last episode we chose Ellia, we played as Pious Augustus, and we found out that our grandfather had been murdered. But now it's on to the second chapter of the game, so without any further ado guys, leave the video a like, hit subscribe, and here we go. As you will see, we lose our knife, it falls to the ground and breaks.
I give you a gift and in return for an obligation.
So here we are, as Alexander Roivas. Now, if we go here, we've got the Tomb of Eternal Darkness. We can check this. This is the Tomb of Eternal Darkness, where experience, spells, and enchanted items can be stored for future use. It has been made from fragments of human skin and bone, and endowed with magical powers. I love the fact that they use a K in magic in this. I absolutely love that. I think that's amazing. I like it when games do stuff like that. Now, if we look around this room, our sort of first thing is we've got this gladius right here, look. An ancient Roman weapon. A gladius is on display above the fire mantle. Another token of electric junk. We can actually pick that up, and now we've got Pious Augustus's, or at least the same gladius that he had. And we can look around this room, we can find more things, but the most important thing is up here, look. This is our chapter page, and this is what we will be doing over the course of this Let's Play. We will be finding these chapter pages to be able to read about what the next character did along the series of events that all lead up to Alex finally taking her place at the very end and doing what needs to be done. So, let's have a little look. Strangely, with the Tome of Eternal Darkness in her possession, Alex can read the page. It is a chapter page from the tome itself. Should Alex take the chapter page? Now, typically when you take these chapter pages, something happens. Alex has found a chapter page entitled The Binding of the Corpse God. Oh, something didn't happen. Usually they do. What we can do is we go into items, we can click this, and before we do that, actually, I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to go to save, and I'm actually going to save over this one. We're going to save over the first slot. We've got Alex Roivas. Brilliant. We're saved. That's good. Now what we can do is we can check the chapter page, and it says it is the Binding of the Corpse God. Let's read it, and this will take us into our next scene.
I cannot say what was the true beginning, nor am I sure of its end. So perhaps here is the best place to start. I am reminded of ideas I first encountered in Sir James George Fraser's book, The Golden Bough, a study in magic and religion. We are overwhelmed by a very human need to weave a web of meaning where there may be none. Since time immemorial, ancient peoples have dressed up their lack of knowledge as gods and demons. I have discovered that sometimes the fates of gods and mortals intertwine, and legends are born.
Thy time is done, great ancient. Forever in shadow will you be master of chaos, and to fade to nothing in obscurity will be thy fate. My master has planned many millennia for this day. It is the true chaos of all things that you now must be entombed amongst the beings
of flesh and bone. You have a great monument here, Matorok. It is a pity that no one will ever recognize it as yours. May the darkness claim thee, crawling chaos and damned beast. No longer will thy reign be kept over the ancients you have kept imprisoned. Thou hast seen the last of this world.
Even these mythical fables can keep me amused. There has to be something to do around here. I only wish something that fantastic and of higher purpose could happen to me.
Ask and you shall receive. So here we are. We are Elena, I think. Does it actually tell us our name? No, it doesn't. But this is another one of the locations that we will be visiting several times over the course of the playthrough. And typically you can go one of two ways. So you can go this way, and I believe that there is a way this way, although I think, if I remember correctly, this way is actually sealed. No, neither way is sealed. Right, okay. But I know that there is a necklace on this statue right here that I think if we take, it does seal them. The statue of a goddess, delicately sculptured from sandstone. It casts an altar eye over everyone who enters the temple. There's a strange necklace about its neck. Should Ellia take the necklace from the statuette, or the statue? And I believe that will shut the doors. Yes, it does. This necklace can be used to heal Ellia. Make sure that Ellia does not move when the spell is being cast. So I do believe now that both these entrances are sealed, or is it just one? There's just one that's sealed. Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll head this way. In we go. So it looks like we go through a couple of these zombified skeletons. Examine the floor. Engraved on the floor is a striking design featuring the sun sinking below the edge of the world. And if we take a look here, you can see that the candle is lit exactly where the sun is. The design of the wall appears to be to depict a time of day. Perhaps the candles do too. So if we were to continue a little bit further forward here, of course she stands on the trap. Why would she not stand on the trap? So we'll just avoid this, wait for that, take our time. We stood on the trap as well. Look, so I just want to check in these corners. I don't really see anything. There's a couple of zombified skeletons here, so we're going to avoid them. We definitely don't want them giving us a bad day, although they probably will. Uh-oh. Door shut. And our first enemy. This is one of the zombies I was talking about in the last episode. When located by creatures, a sanity loss occurs, causing a decrease in the level of the sanity meter and the character to pulse green. Beware, sanity loses effect perception and eventually health. So if you remember in the last episode, I told you that when we lose our sanity, we start to have sanity effects. So these happen at random as we enter new areas of the game when our sanity meter is low. Sometimes it's really fun to play with your sanity meter low. Okay, sanity meter. This meter represents a character's sanity. Every time he or she meets a monster, his or her sanity will get lower. The lower the sanity meter gets, the more the character will hallucinate, as I said. Now, if you remember, I told you these zombies kind of have a little bit of a difficulty to them. Because this is a red one, or Chichagua, we have to take off both arms. And sometimes that will drop them, but other times we have to keep just sort of wailing away at their lifeless body. But don't leave them too long, because they can regrow a head, they can regrow a limb. There you go. Performing a finishing move on a creature recovers sanity. So, if you remember, I did tell you this in the last episode, but we finished him off. It becomes important in the later game. If we finish him off, you'll see above B that our sanity meter actually goes back up. Now, that door's opened. There's a necklace right here. Let's take this. Found a bronze necklace, which is good. And we can go over here, and we can look at this. The design on the wall appears to depict the time of day, which we already know. Let's go ahead and light the candles. We'll put out the candle on the right, so only the central one is lit. That should match that, and then this door should drop down about halfway. Okay, maybe a third. Maybe a third. Ooh, there's another door though that's opening. Uh-oh. The next door opens. Now we got to make our way back to that sort of main room. So I've gone the complete wrong way. Of course I did. Okay, we can make it. We can make it. Just run. Run. Close your eyes and pray. Did I make it? Did I make it? I made it. Oh, that worked. That worked. That worked. Okay. So now these are actually going to start draining our sanity, but we don't need to fight them. Shall we fight them though? I hate sort of not leaving enemies. So I like to fight them. Not that it's going to make much of a difference. I don't think we've actually taken a shot yet of health. We'll just finish them off, get a little bit of sanity. Although I do want to let the sanity run down because the sanity effects are pretty cool. It's unique. In fact, Nintendo have a copyright on that, preventing other games from doing the same. So now what we can do is we go ahead and put this new necklace on this statue. And that'll allow that door to reopen. And we can still maintain the statue that allows us to recover our health. Because health doesn't regen naturally, I don't think. Or does it? I think it does very, very slowly, though. Can't remember on that one. So we're in here, we can see that this is another one of these, but we've already done this. So we can go through here now. So we'll go around that. We do not want to set off the traps. And you can sort of make them out on the floor. Not very well, but somewhat. Oh, we hit the last one. We hit the last one. And here we go. I think we're going to face one of Ellia's zombies. Oh, no. Zeltons, I think it is. Sounds alien, that, though. So to truly understand how this game is working, imagine that there are different multiverses where there are different things happening, but the same story is unfolding in a different manner. Just remember that. That's important. There, look. You see that blood? That's one of the sanity effects right there. That's one of the milder ones, though. There are some much more extreme ones, and there are some really scary ones. Believe you me, there are some incredibly scary ones. And there are some that just now will not really sort of give you the same effect that happened back in the day, because there's like volume turning down on the telly. But obviously, the volume on tellies are a lot different now than the one back then. But it looks very real to how the volume button used to be back on your tellies back in the year 2000, 2002, when this sort of like came out. I believe it's this way that we go. This feels like the way I've just come. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Yes, as well as the way we just come. Oh, jeez, I had to accidentally press it. Oh, we took our first bit of health. We took our first damage over the course of this entire Let's Play. On the second chapter. I think that's the longest I've ever gone without getting hit. But this isn't a tough game, but it is certainly a really interesting game. It's one of my all-time favorite games. I do truly love this game. This is the second time I've played this on the channel. But... oh, we got... something there. I want to go this way. That's a blowpipe. I remember what happens when we take that blowpipe. But yeah, this leads us back here. Okay, fair enough. So we have no choice but to actually stand on this. So let's sort of make that. Oh, I just got it destroyed. So this is an interesting bit. A small pedestal covered with the decorative etching stands before the wall. The blowgun upon it must have some special significance for it to be. There's rock falling in behind. Huh? Significance for it to be the focal point of this display. Should Ellia take the blowgun? Yes, we should. Now, this is where something happens. We're going to fall down, but unfortunately, as you will see, we lose our knife, it falls to the ground and breaks. Meaning we have this blowgun to sort of defend ourselves with.
Passage in the temple.
And this is where we race against time, guys. Because if we were to go ahead and sort of deal with these guys, if we can actually defeat them before they can defeat the little guy back there, or if we can defeat these guys before he fails to perish back there, him there, then we can actually save his life. Which seems to be good. We just want to make sure we don't accidentally hit him with the blowgun. Now, these guys will accidentally explode themselves, or on purpose. Fragments of the shattered short sword lie upon the floor. Let's go ahead and grab them. So we're gonna scratch our nose. You can have another blowgun dart. And so let them blow up. Like I said, Early Earth's men are what I put in the middle difficulty. Although, there's something back there. Okay. The guard is grateful for Ellia saving his life. In return, he offers to repair Ellia's broken weapon. As a gesture of thanks, do you want to repair Ellia's short sword? Yes, I do. This item has been repaired. A dog was laid on my green screen, ruining my green screen. So the guard resumes his duty, seemingly no worse for wear for his recent brush with death. So we can go ahead and put this short sword back on. But the first time I played this game, I didn't know that you could get the short sword repaired, and I didn't know you could save the guard. And so I ended up going around with the blowgun, which is not the best of things to do, especially when you got to run back and forth. Okay, let's get through here. Now, some of these chambers I think fill with a gas, but that might be a later exploration because we do come back here a couple of times. Oh, I'm sorry, I just popped your ears. So, regular zombified skeletons. Sir, you've lost your head. I'm afraid it is down there on the ground and, yeah, gone. There is chanting. The evil chanting has begun. So, as a person, I am a big horror buff. I love things like this. And when I played this game, and I was only about, I think like 11 or 12 when this game came out, it was absolutely terrifying back then. And I could never beat it originally. I was only like 11 or 12, and I kind of sucked at video games back then. But I did play it again when I was about 13 or 14, and I did manage to beat it twice in a row with 2 different runes. But unfortunately, I lost my memory card, and when I played it the 3rd time, because I was told to complete it all 3 times, you unlock Matorok, I didn't have my old save, so it didn't really make much of a difference. Okay, let's run. So I've never actually seen what is considered the true ending of the game, which is when you beat it with all 3 runes. And I'm not sure if you do indeed unlock Matorok or not. Now, interesting thing, the different sort of like mummified zombies of the different gods will fight each other. They don't get along. They're not friendly. So we're gonna let this Uli Earth kick the holy crap out of Zoltan, I think. We'll have to see if I've got that name right. And we'll finish him off. Look at this. If this was remastered, I mean, this game was absolutely breathtakingly stunning back in the day. If they remastered it, it would truly be something else. So here we are. Exactly where Pious Augustus was.
Stop. Don't go near it.
Yup.
So, you are reduced to feeding on flesh and bone, Matorok. How the mighty have fallen. You will surely fester for millennia to come. A slow and torturous fate for thee. You had best leave, young fool, or you will find yourself as food for the dead god.
You are one of the chosen many, flesh and blood. It is now your destiny to fight the eternal darkness. I give you a gift in return for an obligation. The gift is your life, sweet dancer. The obligation is this. You hold one of Matorok's hearts, the essence of the corpse god. To some it is a source of great power. From those people, you must defend it, lest they use it to destroy what little brightness your world has left in it. Guard it well.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. Matorok gives love a good name. That name. So if we examine this, there is a staff here. A metal staff is held by the arms of the statue. Pick it up. Now, if you remember, back in one of those rooms, it deliberately showed us like a place where we could stick the staff. We need to go back. We need to put the staff in there. We need to pull the staff down, and it will indeed unlock a room back here. So I'm not going to worry too much about these. And the little place we need to put it is in this bit in the room back this way. So let's go. Avoiding these. Oh, I did not avoid them. That was terrible. We just agree that I kind of suck at avoiding these. Oh man, you died. You got like boom. You were dead, man. Just dead. Obliterated. Okay. I'm sorry. Jeez, man. Oh, hello. I got blow dart gunned out the wall. This place is dangerous, man. There should have signs up here. Okay, we will take out these guys. See if we can trigger them. Then if we'll be able to trigger them to start exploding, which will make our lives significantly easier. I'm not sure if we've actually took damage from being attacked yet, or if we've only been damaged by the traps. There is a hole in the device as though something could be inserted, perhaps a key or a lever. So we go ahead and use the metal staff. Down it goes. And ooh, the door crumbles and opens for us to now ascend into. These guys still chanting. No, they stopped their chants. I think they died. We are going to leave the sanity meter down just so I can try my best to trigger one. And as you can see, the room is sort of cocked on its side now, which is something that does happen with sanity. So I am trying to... I think we've got a sanity effect active here. If you look, we are getting slowly smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. This isn't really happening. I love the sanity effects in this game. And we obviously recover sanity by just simply finishing off enemies. And the stronger the enemy, the higher sort of like class it is or level it is, the more sanity you get restored back. I think that's our first damage taken from one of these guys. So these guys only do a little bit, but the other mummified zombies from Ellia, Chagara, and Zelton, I think, they will heal significantly more. And later on, you'll get sort of like sub-bosses and whatnot. Okay, we are quite low on health, so we're going to use this. This allows us to cast a spell, which recovers our health. Obviously, not enough to go back to sprinting. There we go. We are good. We are good. Back in here, we can just bypass these. I don't need to worry too much about them. And into Matorok's lair. It's starting to quake. There is a rumble on the joypad when you come over this sort of like pedestal right here. Yeah, right there. There's a rumble. Not sure what that is. Not sure what that means. But we can go around here. And, oops, we've run out of stamina. You do have a hidden stamina meter, so just bear that in mind. You have to stop sometimes. And in here we go. Which leads us to our next area in the game.
Fool! You should have run. Instead you will die. Where is the essence of Matorok? Where is it? I will not ask again, child. Very well, then. You will succumb to the horrors of oblivion.
He looks like an awesome bad guy, though. Come on, he looks really cool. Could you imagine him on the Xbox Series X or PS5? How amazingly bad he would look. Oh, love it. Well, what a coincidence that we learned about those and now they illuminate. But that is, I'm afraid, going to do it for this episode, guys. We finished another chapter page, so I think it's a good place to call it there. So if you've enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave the series a like and hit subscribe if you want to see more from me, guys. MrKCDavis, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.